As a youngster, nothing quite stirred the emotion, such as the words Scuderia Ferrari. Oh man, you just say that and I tremble at the knees. Look at that, the prancing horse. A brand that's equally at home on the streets of Monaco as it is right here on the streets of the Atlantic seaboard in Cape Town. Now, what do South Africans love about Ferrari? Well, besides owning one, maybe one day in your dreams, of course, we've got the heritage of the Scheckter family. The name Scheckter, synonymous in South African motor racing with a Formula One victory. And not only a victory, a world championship victory in 1979. Now, thanks to our friends at Milstock, I managed to get my hands on this fairly decent looking Ferrari California. So a huge thanks to the guys out at Milstocks. Importantly, I've got a Scheckter driving with me today. Let's go and catch up with Toby Scheckter, who now runs Scheckter's ROC, to find out about growing up in Monaco and of course his famous dad as well. So here we are outside Scheckter's ROC. Let's go meet Toby.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you, brother?
Good to see you.
Lekker, good to see you.
Good.
Listen, it's lekker to catch up. I want to find out more about Scheckter's ROC, but first I think you need to take me for a little drive in a brand that's synonymous with the Scheckter surname.
Sure.
Let's
No
go.
problem.
Toby, so lucky to be in a car with you. I mean, this badge, the prancing horse, you grew up in Monaco, born in Monaco, and at a time, shortly after your dad won, what are your memories like of that time of your life?
No, listen, I mean, I remember being in Monaco and going to Ferrari with my dad and him having him test cars, but obviously, I was a bit young to experience his racing days.
Yeah.
But being around that and going to the racetracks with him.
Very special.
Yeah.
You yourself spent some time. I mean, it makes sense that you've got opportunities to be able to. Oh, what a nice noise! You got an opportunity to race yourself, and it was something that you were never forced to do. It was something that just came naturally.
Yeah, I mean, look, the racing, my dad wasn't involved in until we left South Africa in school. I mean, it was really my brother and I, my mother, that got us into karting in South Africa. Yeah. And we caught the bug and started to win races and championships, and then went to Europe to race, and then from there my father got involved and helped us out.
So he was just watching in the background going, well, if you want to do this, you've got to do this yourself.
Yeah, he was actually a bit against it. I mean,
you guys don't want this with your life.
I mean, it's but then he saw that we obviously had some skill and talent around it, and were passionate about it, and said, look, if you keep winning, I'll help you out if we can get you to Formula One. I made it to Formula 3 and then went into touring cars. So I took a bit of a different direction.
Absolutely. And I mean, isn't it crazy that even 40 years plus after your dad's entrenched in the history of the brand that is Ferrari. I mean, anywhere that you go and you go through passport control in any country and they see your surname and they go, and especially in Italy, Scheckter, and you know how those Italians are, man. They're crazy.
No, well, in fact, my dad's probably got more awareness and celebrity, let's say, in Italy than he does nearly in South Africa.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Ferrari is like a religion over there.
Absolutely.
And they really treat him like royalty there. So
now, does Dad ever let you drive his cars? Because he's got a mean collection, eh?
Yeah.
Is he like no? There's no way.
No, listen. There was the Top Gear thing we did in Johannesburg.
Yes.
And my brother and I drove some of his old cars. We drove the
Wow.
Wolf. He wouldn't let us drive the Ferrari though.
Oh yeah, no, really.
That was his baby. Only he could drive that. But it was quite special driving. I think it had the tires on.
The same ones
that from the 70s. So it was basically it was hard as a rock, and it was still a beautiful car to drive.
Yeah. How does the one transition from being, because you think kind of like rock and roll lifestyle of any motorsport, people don't understand the kind of hard work they associate via the lifestyle that is purveyed on TV, that it's like a rock and roll lifestyle. But how do you go from that into organic farming, organic living. Tell us about your time in New York and how that transitioned your life.
So basically, when I went to race in England, my dad was like, listen, if you're going to race, you're going to stay on the farm,
Yeah.
which he had an organic farm.
Yes.
And you're going to work on the farm. So it was kind of odd. We would be, racing on the weekend,
Working on the farm.
signing autographs. On Monday, we were driving the tractor and shoveling shit. So it definitely sort of kept us grounded in that
That's
sense.
super grounded. How's that?
But yeah.
So eventually you were like, hang on. This actually means something. What Dad's doing is making a difference, and what Dad's doing is changing the world, even if it is one person at a time.
He's got a huge passion for food
Yeah.
and creating something that he knows where it's come from, and he's always been in health from the racing and the fitness.
Sure.
And he won the World Superstars twice, so
Yes.
he's been into health, and it's all connected, right?
Absolutely.
What you eat
And what I love about Scheckter's Raw is that you've remained really true to yourself and to the brand and the people that support the brand. Is that you haven't looked at, hey, listen, I want to try and make a buck as quick as I can out of this. I'm going to make as... Oh, man.
Yeah, we should keep driving.
We just keep driving around. But you've remained true to your ethos in the beginning.
Listen, no, absolutely. I mean, people thought I was nuts, and my dad, he thought I was nuts. What are you opening 100% plant-based? You're selling no animal products. I was like, no. And listen, I mean, you could say it's a niche, and I've stuck to it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's the only way you get really good at doing
Absolutely.
something is by focusing 100% on it. It's just about being true to what we
Yes,
do,
absolutely.
and
And don't cut corners. I love that about
corners.
it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get rich overnight. You've got to do the hard graft.
Exactly.
And this is life now, isn't it? In Sea Points. I mean, you can own any car, and you're just not going to go fast.
Yeah.
You can have, and in season now, it's coming into. Yeah.
Who the hell's gonna drive? Who the hell's gonna be driving this? I mean, it's
Oh, that is insane.
it's a
You know what?
weapon
I
around
always carry an extra pair of underpants for occasions like this. Gee, that is crazy cool. From an exhilarating ride into Scheckter's Raw. This has been around since, 2015? This is the original store.
Yep, this is where it all began. I mean, when we launched here, plant-based was pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
So, it all began here.
And from here, let's talk about the future. Let's talk about 2022. There's more stores, and again, supervised under your eagle eye to make sure that everything goes according to your formula, your structure, and that gives you enough time to get out there and make sure, from a quality control point of view, that everything's okay.
No, absolutely. I mean, look, we've been approached by most of the big food operators to open up a massive amount of stores, but for me it's really about keeping the quality and consistency. So we've got one opening in Stellenbosch beginning of January.
That is going to be crazy. The students in Stellenbosch.
That's it. Yeah, and I think a lot of the young people are now having the awareness around plant-based, around sustainability, and so it's
Southern suburbs.
Southern suburbs, Constantia. Hopefully in February, I think that's the plan.
Brilliant. So there we go. I mean, I love the fact that it's not an overnight. You've worked hard for the success of Scheckter's Raw. That is a great business model. Your work ethic has been brilliant. Everything about how you've gone about creating this business, I think, ticks every single box. Okay, talk us through what is inside here.
So this is our famous Knickers bar, which is, it's got no refined sugars, no dairy. It's low GI and it's delicious. I mean, we're famous for this, and it'll soon be available in retail.
Stop it. So I cannot believe that. How this is changing the definition of the word plant-based organic food. Well done. Toby, thanks for having us. This is legendary.
Pleasure.
Now, good luck trying to get rid of me. If the name Scuderia Ferrari stirs emotion, driving one even more so. Man, this is great. Importantly, we check out the all-new Portofino M next year in February. Be sure to check out the car magazine, like, subscribe, and importantly, shut up at your face. We'll be back with the more content next week. Ciao!